Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Elevated Empath. I'm Lisa. I'm so glad that you're here. Today I was thinking we could do a little get ready with me. I just want to chat. We're just gonna chat. It's a Saturday afternoon. Jasper and I have had a nice morning together, haven't we? He's right here, so if you hear panting, that's him. I just felt like we could chat a little bit while I get ready. I think I'm just gonna film some TikToks. I'm not getting ready for anything special, but I was just like, we could just get ready. We could talk about some things that have been coming up for me around manifestation and media stuff and just hang out. Because I love watching these videos. So I figured maybe you love watching these videos. Let's get started. If you want to connect with me on anything, the links will be in the description below. Let's just get into it. I'll tell you what I'm using. My things are going to be a little dirty. Don't judge me. Oh man, here we go. I'm going to make this face look like another face. Let's tie up my hair. So, what's the date today? Today's the August 28th. Again, it's a Saturday. And the world, per usual, on fire. You know, what else is new? But some things that have been coming up around media have been really interesting for me, and I've just been kind of paying attention to the way that the media and social media especially talks about these things and deals with these things. I think obviously what's happening in Afghanistan is extremely devastating, and I can't, it's making me actually sad and upset and disappointed, and it's disgusting. There's no other word for it. The way that the media and social media has dealt with it and everything else is also kind of disgusting and disappointing. And so, first of all, let's just start. I'm using this Naked One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. I like to use clean products a lot of the time. I'm just trying to, each time I run out of something, I buy a new clean product so that I'm slowly going into clean products. But this has lasted me probably longer than it should. So I'm going to use that. I'm using the color Light. I'm using the Fenty Beauty. I told you things are going to be dirty. The Fenty Beauty makeup sponge. So what's disappointing about some of it is just all of this coverage. People, the same people on social media, and when I mean people, I mean just people, my friends or high school friends or college friends, and who were posting incessantly about what was happening in the world are suddenly quiet. And I don't mean that everybody should talk about everything and solve the world's issues, but there's just a discrepancy sometimes, all the time. And I think what's so interesting about the world, the media especially, is how much of it is controlled, and how we're never getting the full story, literally ever. No matter how much media news you consume, you're never getting the full story. We never really know the full story. So we make these assumptions and these beliefs based on what we're fed. And just with the amount that I've been censored, you all know this. You've been on the censorship journey with me. And I have a lot of blogs about why platforms are censoring more now than ever. I think a lot of it has to do with COVID and the misinformation being spread about COVID, or not misinformation, it's just random information that's not even relevant. I think has made everybody really crack down on the way that we spread news. So I don't know how people do both at the same time, talk and do their makeup. I mean, obviously I do it, but I just think with the amount that I've been censored, like, I'm just a small creator on TikTok and Instagram, but mostly TikTok. And I've been censored when I get like 500 views for something, and then people who get millions of views aren't censored for the exact same things, because they're men a lot of the time. But with how much I'm being censored, you wonder how much other information, pieces of information we're not getting, and how much of the world we're not seeing because it's being censored or taken down or rejected for whatever reason. And so I've been thinking about that a lot. It's like, what are we being fed? My friend's calling me and I don't feel like answering. But yeah, that's just been something that's been on my mind. And I wonder if other people feel this way. I've also made, in the same light, I've made a commitment to stop censoring myself. I think, like, because I've been censored on social media for talking about sex or masturbation for your physical and mental health, I censor myself a lot more now because I don't want to be censored or taken down or lose any bit of my business because I said one wrong thing. But here's the thing. Anytime you abandon yourself in one area of your life, you abandon yourself everywhere else. And the more that I don't speak up and talk about how I feel about something, the more I'm abandoning myself in everywhere else. So I've made this commitment to stop censoring myself, stop filtering myself about the way that I feel about something, because my intention isn't to change your mind or to flaunt my ideas as if they're the right ones. I never have all of the right answers, and I don't claim to either. But my purpose is to inspire you to do the same, to speak up, speak your mind, whatever your opinion is. Speaking of opinions, hold on, I'm looking for my concealer. So here's a clean product. Ilia's, what's it called? True Skin Serum Concealer in the shade, I think, Chicory. I'm very fair, if you didn't know. We're just gonna cover the spots and under eyes. So the thing about opinions is that I've studied politics like literally since the 8th grade. And it's always been a very important part of my life. And I don't talk about my opinions often on social media or anywhere because, quite frankly, they're more complex than just one or the other type of thing. I think like a lot of my political beliefs go back to how do we like solve the root of the issue instead of just like put a band-aid fix on it. And since I've studied politics for so long, I don't call myself one side or the other. I have different beliefs everywhere. And I spent so much time discussing, debating other people. I was in mock trial for 4 years in high school. I was going to go to law school. It's in so much of me that I don't really share or talk about. But like talking to people who have different beliefs than me is important to me, and understanding that belief so that it makes my beliefs even stronger. And that's just something that I've always thought. And I think like censoring people for their beliefs or their ideas that are just as valid as someone else's, the ones that are, not violent or anything like that. But I think it's important to have differing views and differing beliefs because it makes your own beliefs stronger to hear somebody else be like, even if they disagree with you, you can be like, I disagree with that, and that point, and that point, and that point that you made, it's making my view even stronger and me more confident in knowing that what I believe is true. So I've seen a lot of value in that. And to that, you know, to that point, that does, like, why would I censor myself if I believe that? You know what I mean? I've been talking for so long with this concealer on. By the way, I'm not a makeup artist. I just do what I do that makes sense for my face, and that's kind of the end of that. And, you know, I used to, here's a little known fact about me. I used to want to be a makeup artist. I even interviewed, I was like maybe 18, 19, maybe 20. I interviewed at Macy's to be a makeup artist for MAC. And I didn't get it because I had no experience. I honestly watched like so many makeup videos on YouTube. Remember what, like, what year would this have been? Like 2013, when like makeup videos were like the thing on YouTube that everyone was watching and learning how to do makeup. I was like, I can fucking do that. I can do that. I'm like, why don't I just become a makeup artist in MAC? I've always kind of like had a fascination with, I've always wanted to just be in some type of beauty realm. And that actually probably led me to my first job at Kin. Kin was the first place that I worked at. It's like a women's lifestyle media network, and it's like, I was actually reflecting back, it was like because it was like very strongly, you know, female oriented, like it was some of the best like company culture I've ever been at, because we were all friends. The most of us were friends, and we were all kind of the same age, and our work was fun, and like the company culture was such a big focus of the company, like bonding events where it didn't feel forced. So I've been thinking about that, because I've just been thinking about empaths in the workplace, because I want to start doing more videos, podcast episodes about that. And, you know, why do we burn out? Why are we burning? Wow, sorry. My other, what's it called? What are these things called? These drives. My other one ran out of room because I have so many nudes on my other one. I'm just kidding. So I've been thinking and wanting to do more of a series on why we're burning out now more than ever. So much of it is around like COVID, Zoom, all these things, but why this like corporate way of living doesn't work for a lot of people anymore, and why we're all wanting to move away from it. So another non-clean product, I'm using the Jeffree Star translucent loose powder, which is lasting me forever, and it's kind of the best. I don't know if I want to, it's like, it's like, does it help to use some clean products, or does using a non-clean product just like cancel everything else out? Like, does it not matter if you use one non-clean product? These are the questions I have as I do my makeup. I'm just using a little kabuki brush. Kabuki. Okay. I've just been thinking about this recently, and I'm reading this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that Marin Altman, the astrology queen on TikTok, she actually talks about this book, so I finally got it so I could read it. And it talks about like what rich parents teach their kids that the poor and middle class do not. And it's talking a little bit about this cycle that we get in where we take jobs out of fear of not having money and then spending so much to satisfy some need or want. And then we just kind of take another job for more pay, but then we spend more. So we get caught in this cycle. So it's going to talk, I think, about how to break out of that cycle. But so many people are in that cycle. And so we take these jobs in the corporate world because we think it's secure. We think it's stable, when really it isn't. Like, anything could happen to your corporate job. This isn't to scare you, but your corporate job you could just get fired or laid off one day, or the company could go under all of a sudden, or anything could happen to that. And like, creating your own job in your own life could be even more stable than your corporate job because you're relying on you. And so that mindset was a big shift I had to make, especially as I built my business. And it's been really empowering at the same time. Okay, so this is Lily Lolo bronzer in Honolulu. So I don't really contour, I just kind of bronze the place up, you know what I mean? We just kind of make ourselves look like we've been in the sun. We've enjoyed like a nice sunny day, even though it's like way too hot here in Los Angeles. It is excruciatingly hot. It's disgusting. It's like 90 degrees every single day, and I'm sick of it and I want fall. I went to Trader Joe's thinking that there would be fall products, and I was wrong. So I went to, Trader Joe's food reviews on TikTok. She's just like the best, isn't she? I was like, does she have any info on this? And she said she saw her first fall product, but that was it. When is the rest of the stuff coming? I'm ready for the pumpkin stuff, even though it's never really like that great. It's delicious, sure, but we look bronzed. You always kind of want the fall stuff to be a little bit better, don't you? So, anyways, I'm curious. If you want to let me know in the comments below, how have you been dealing with burnout? Have you felt burnout in this last year and a half? How have you been dealing with it? I feel that when we're working in our homes, we're more susceptible to burnout because we're kind of just churning away, like Squidward in that one episode. This is also Lily and Lolo. This is Just Peachy, their blush. Another clean brand we love. So yeah, those are some things that have been on my mind. Obviously, money manifestation has also been on my mind. I recorded a podcast episode yesterday about this. I don't know if this YouTube video is going to come out around the same time, but I talk about that. I talk about some money manifestation insights I had. Why do I look kind of crazy in this view? I look a little crazy. Let's trust the process. Let's trust the process. So I've had some money manifestation aha moments where so much of manifestation appears to be disconnected. If you are trying to manifest money, you might think, what does my inner child have to do with it? What does the way I'm showing up in dating and relationships have to do with it? When it's all connected. Like I said before, if you abandon yourself in one area of your life, you're abandoning yourself everywhere else. So I had this aha moment when I did kind of this inner child work around money, what I was taught about money. And essentially, you can go listen to the podcast episode, but essentially my belief system was like, it's not safe to make a lot of money. With more money comes more problems. It's not safe. It's not safe to have more money, when that's not the truth for everybody. So I usually like to use a brow pencil, but right now I don't have one. And so I just use a little angle brush and this like, I don't even know, this like brown shade. This is MAC. I don't even know. This is so old. Oh my God. Not that old. But what color is this? I have no idea. It's a dark brown. I can't figure out which color it is. But I just kind of like do a little fill. Do a little fill. Filly fill. Seriously, how do people do this and like talk at the same time? But this book is very interesting because it's helping me kind of understand those like money beliefs that I was talking about. It's helping me see kind of expanders. Lacey Phillips calls them expanders. Stories or examples or people in your life that show your subconscious brain that like your belief system is not necessarily true for everyone. So this book is a really great expander and to understand that my beliefs around money aren't necessarily the case for everyone. So it's fascinating. I read like 70 pages last night, and I'm not a big, here's the thing, I'm not like a big reader in the sense that I just don't like gravitate towards it. It's because both of my parents are English teachers, and so I think I like rebel in a way. You know, I cannot imagine how math teacher, like kids, if their parents are math teachers, like they're probably like, ew, math. Or maybe they love math. But I rebel against my English teacher parents in the sense that I just like don't gravitate towards reading very often. Because I felt like in school, like the fact that you had to like read, it was like a chore because it was part of your homework. Maybe that's what's happening. But this book locked me in. There are the eyebrows. The eyebrow pencil that I like to use is Kimiko. Kimiko, I believe. That's a good one. And it's a clean brand as well. We do a very natural look around here. I don't know if I'm going to put any eyeshadow on because who cares? But I'm going to curl my lashes. So, what else has been coming up? Dating updates. Dating updates is always kind of like my... Do I have dating updates? Not really. I talked about some dating updates on the podcast, but right now there really aren't any. I talked on the podcast about how I'm like working new layers of even like getting over my breakup, which happened over a year ago. And there are these moments where I'm like I get like panicky and sad, and I'm like, why am I not over this stuff? And it's not that I'm not over it. Well, I don't know how to say that. It's not that I'm not moving through it. It's just I'm processing new layers of it. I'm processing deeper layers of it where eventually I'll get through it. But avoiding those emotions or trying to push them away only creates more problems and more stress. And that's not what you want. And so I encourage you, if you're going through anything and you're like, why am I not over this? Or why am I not at my final result yet? You're just processing different, more complex, deeper layers of what you are processing. And that is progress in itself. So I don't I encourage you to not get hard on yourself because you aren't at your end goal right now in this very moment. And another way of looking at it is like, hold on. Another way of looking at it, I'm just gonna move you closer, is I got my hair done. As you know, it's much shorter. Or if you don't know that and you're new here, I used to have very long hair. I cut it last week and I hadn't seen my hairdresser in like almost or over a year. And we were talking about like the issues I was confronting with my business and stuff and how I'm feeling not very inspired lately. And she was like, the last time I saw you, you were dealing with a whole other set of issues, such as like, do I end this relationship that means a lot to me but is not working? How do I get out of my toxic ass corporate job? How do I make a living for myself without that corporate job? And now your problems are, well, what do I want to do with this business and time and money? Which is a very different set of problems. And I have come a long way in those, in that 1 year. And so that's another way of looking at it for yourself. And when we're talking about those end goals we have, you probably have come a long way, I'm guessing. And that is progress and a beautiful accomplishment in itself. So that's another way of looking at it. You're not behind in any way. I'm doing the under lashes. The under lashes? The bottom lashes. What am I saying? You ever just like wonder where words come from in your brain? You're like, what am I saying? Oh man. I guess I'm gonna film some tiki-talkies with this makeup on. We're almost done. But yeah. I'm curious. I want you to know, let me know in the comments below. What types of videos do you want me to talk about? Do you want me to do videos on like spirituality, manifestation, the Akashic records, animal communication, coaching stuff, empath and energy work? Do you want to just do like videos like this where it's more us chatting about life and it will be kind of different from everything else, and it will be more of like a fun place for us to just hang out and we can talk about all that other stuff, but it will be more casual? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, should we put a lip on? I usually wear, if you follow me on TikTok, you know this, I usually wear this red lip and I always get compliments on it. It's kind of my thing. Where is it? But lately I haven't been wanting to wear it because when you put lipstick on, you're just like, ugh, now I have lips. Now I have lipstick on. Like, what? I can't, like, you know what I mean? You just feel like, it's like a barrier for your life. So here's the lipstick. It's also a Jeffree Star. Cherry Wet is the color. Oh, she's a little, he's too much. Just putting this on to show you what it looks like. She's ready. I wore this lipstick in my entire Healing Your Sexual Energy course. If you don't know about that course, you should go enroll. It's 15 sections to heal your sexual energy. Healing your sexual energy. Your sexual energy hosts so many other things. Your confidence, your self-expression, your connection to self and others, the way that you set boundaries, the way that you stand up for yourself. And so I designed this whole course so that you could heal that aspect of your life. And when you heal that aspect, you heal all the other stuff, because you're healing the deeper layers in your inner child and your shadow around like what blocked you from expressing this more taboo area of your life. So it's a really powerful, will change everything else in your life course. So go enroll. The link will be in the description as well. What else? Go listen to the podcast, the Elevated Podcast. I'll have all of this linked below. If you want one-on-one empath coaching with me, I'm only going to be doing coaching for a little bit longer and going to take way less clients. So if you want to get coaching with me one-on-one, now is the time to do it, because I might slowly wean off of doing coaching altogether. And so I highly recommend you get in now, because I want to eventually move into a place where I'm supporting a larger community, and I would have to take less clients to do that. So definitely go sign up for coaching if that's something that you want. Go get an Akashic Records reading. Akashic Records readings are a great place if you're feeling stuck in any aspect of your life. You can get a reading so that you can unblock some of this stuff energetically. I'll do it with you, and we'll just like work the energy around whatever's keeping you blocked. So that's a really great place. If you want an animal communication reading for that soul connection to your pet, all of this will be linked in the description below, and you can visit my website, lisabtag.com. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Elevated Empath. Thank you for joining. Thank you for getting ready with me. I'm gonna go figure out what to do with this hair now, and put on a different shirt, and maybe make TikToks. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just gonna put makeup on and then take it off. Who knows? All right. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.